Hey guys, and welcome back to the podcast. Today I have uh, a very special guest. I always say special guest. She's still special, even though we did these podcasts like 3 times, maybe 4 times. I don't know. I don't know. I forget. I remember. I'm old. Anyway, Fran Masucci. Get it right that time.
Masucci.
Masucci.
There you go.
Masucci. From the Masucci with a New York accent. Bada bing, bada boom. See, I'm Irish and I can even imitate the Italians over there. Anyway, we got a real. So we're gonna start banging these podcasts out now because we finally figured out how to do them. We finally got a subscription to this Zoom thing, so I don't have to worry about no 15 minutes or we're getting better at this. So today we're going to do this video about this medium, like a psychic type of thing, except a medium is someone who can speak to the dead. And I've seen some programs on television with psychics where they help the police solve murders. And they really did. They really did. So there is definitely, to all you doubters out there is definitely something to this phenomena. Ooh, I like that big word. The phenomenon. Yes, I can talk like a white Republican from California too. I can do that accent. Anyway, phenomena. When you hear this story, it's going to raise the hair on the back of your neck. And if you don't got any hairs on the back of the neck, then I'm sure it's going to raise the hairs in other places of your body, which we won't speak about. So her name is Kamara. What happened to the old days when it was Sue, Jane, Mary? What happened to those names? Kamara. I had a Camaro once. I don't know. Kamara. She hates me when I do this. She hates me. Anyway, we tried to get the medium on a couple of times and wires got crossed. Couldn't do it, but that's okay. I don't need her. Because I had a 50-minute conversation with this gal about what happened. And so let's get into this story. So let's talk about me and searching for this Roy DeMayo's car in the East River. On in the third week of April, it was my birthday, April 18th or something like that. I went to Queens with a couple of other YouTubers and a submarine, underwater drone. And that was, like I said, April 18-ish, somewhere over there. And we searched for the car to no avail. And when filming, we filmed the whole place there. Fran had her, what do they call it, Fran? A sitting, a session. A session. She had a session with this medium on Saturday, April 8th, between 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. The session was for $250. So I actually had her give me the receipt. Can you see it? It's kind of okay. So what the point I'm trying to bring out over here is it's April 8th. It's that Fran and the medium had this session. And wow, what a session. So I asked the medium to explain to me exactly how it went down. And she did. And she also has an audio recording of it that we'll probably get later on down the road and just put it up just for the what the heck? So she told Fran's going to tell the story a little bit too, but I want to tell you guys what she told me. And I'll just get right back to the meat of things. She told me that she had a vision that she could see the spirit. Sometimes she sees the spirit outside the spirit's body, and sometimes she sees the spirit from the spirit and looking up, looking around.
Through their eyes.
Through their eyes. Thank you. Through their eyes. So I just stayed quiet and I listened to this whole story. She said that she can see Fran's dad, Nicholas, at the bottom of a river. And at the bottom of the river, she could see a bunch of rocks all over the place. And then she could also see that on the shoreline, they had big rocks on the shore where the water meets the land, the shore. Big rocks. And then she said, through his eyes, she saw that when Nicholas looks up, he was under a large bridge. Now, this is all on tape now, too. Remember, April 8th, I didn't get there and film that whole place until April 18th. So, got goosebumps just listening to this story. And Fran's going to tell you the whole story as she was there. I just want to, as a third party, to be able to say, I spoke to the medium, this is what she told me. And nobody's ever asked that before. Now, she went on to say that she thought the river was in Brooklyn. What was it, Brooklyn?
I thought it was Sheephead Bay.
Sheephead Bay in Brooklyn. And that's an interesting, we're going to get back to this as we do more of these videos. So she was wrong about that. But the 59th Street Bridge, the next bridge over, you know what bridge that is? The Brooklyn Bridge. The 108th precinct at the end of Long Island City borders Brooklyn. So it borders Brooklyn. Brooklyn and Queens, they border one another, especially in this part of Queens. So that really blew my mind. So then I asked her, now she saw our underwater video, she saw my video, she saw the other two divers' video, and I could tell she was blown away by what she saw. My next question to the medium is, okay, when you saw the underwater video and them down there getting the steering wheel and the dashboards, and there was a couple of shots that when the divers came up out of the water, of course, they're right under the 59th Street Bridge, the north side on the Queen side of the bridge, the north side, Queen side. And I asked her, when you saw the video, how close was it to your vision? And she said, dead on. Got goosebumps. Dead on. She went on to say, I was blown away into tears, like she was almost crying. How accurate. And imagine, if you believe this, imagine seeing the vision, I guess like a dream. Close your eyes. You see this vision. April, May, June, July, August, April, May, June, July. 3 months later, you see it on TV. We're down there. And we even recovered a bone, which turned out not to be human. And that's according to the medical examiner. I don't know if I believe them either. So she was absolutely blown away. She says, never as long as she's been doing this has she ever saw such a close representation of what she viewed in her mind and what she saw with her two eyes on a television screen. So that's what I wanted to tell you, that when I spoke to her, I asked her that question. And so I'm going to give the floor to Fran. I want you people to understand what we're doing now. Something very unique is going to be coming you guys' way. Okay, Fran and myself are under the belief that we know who murdered her father, September 18, 1974. We know. We know, at least we know half of the story. It might be half, it might be the whole thing. And one of those mutts are still alive. And when that mutt sees these videos, and he's going to see it because I got his email address. So we're going to announce, Fran's going to be announcing who she believes is the murderer. And then she's going to tell us a story about evidence, about eye and ear witness, her at age 16 years old. So you're not going to want to miss any of this, because I'm telling you, it's going to stir the pot. The FBI is going to be involved. The FBI is involved with the case now. They are. But when they hear this, when the murderer sees himself, and we got a picture of him, we're going to post that and really stir the pot. So, Fran, I'm going to hand it over to you. And I want you to be able to tell our viewers what it was like for you when the medium, when the medium told you where your dad was and that he was dismembered. Did she say that? I wasn't sure. Did she say that he was dismembered? No. Okay. No. All right, Fran. Go ahead. Why don't you tell us what that session was like, that hour session back on April 8th, 2023.
So I met her at her office. And she explained to me how she does this. It's not unfamiliar to me. I've been to many. I also have a gift myself. So I let her go, and she said a few things before she told me about my father. She told me about my life, and she told me a few things that were very, very significant. So I knew she wasn't lying to me.
She was accurate. She was accurate.
Very accurate. Yeah, little too accurate. She even mentioned my Aunt Katie, who I was very close to. And she said that she was here with us, and that she wanted me to know that that's my father's sister, that she wanted me to know that she stands behind me and tries to give me strength. So anyway, she went right into this, and she said, there's a man here. He's very, very meticulous. He's spotlessly cleaned. He has a manicure. He drives a Cadillac or a Lincoln Continental, and it has to have white wall tires on it. They have to be specific Michelin tires. And she even said that. I mean, it's like,
Can I stop there? This was a 74 Mercury that he was driving, because his Lincoln was in the shop being fixed. His Lincoln, was it a Continental or Town Car?
Neither. It was a Mark V.
Mark V isn't that the Lincoln Continental Mark V, right? And then you got the Lincoln. No, you got the Lincoln Town Car. Anyway, in 1970, Lincoln Ford Mercury was the first car manufacturer to put a radial tire. That was the big thing, and it was made by Michelin. And how do I know that? Because everybody wanted these Michelin radial, steel-belted radial tires. So who went out and stole them? Me. I stole many of them. Even one car I took like 5 times from the guy, and the guy left a note on the window, "Hey, please don't take my car no more." But yeah, so who would know that? Who would know what only brand of tires was on the Mercury and the Lincoln Continental? Who would know that? Only me, and I ain't no psychic, but I just wanted to throw that in. No
She's
one
too
would
young
know
to,
that. No one
she's
would
too
know that.
young to even know that, okay?
Yeah,
She's
she
much younger
wasn't
than
even
me.
born in 1974, correct?
Like, I don't think so, yeah. So anyway, she told me that the man had a manicure, okay? So I knew it was definitely my father. She said that he dressed meticulously. He always had a match. She said that he wanted to thank me so much for taking care of my mother and never complaining about it, and that he didn't mean to leave me with her. Now, you have to understand that my mother was very, very sick. She had a very bad heart. She was operated on twice. So I took like extra care of her. And I didn't complain because, I wanted to keep her alive. It was not easy job, believe me when I say that. Her doctors decided for me to be one. So it's crazy the way she came up with everything. She was so spot on. Then she said to me, he's in water. He's by rocks. They're underneath him. They're on the side of him. And when I look through his eyes, I look up, I can see a bridge. And before that, she said, I kept hearing the word Sheepshead Bay, Sheepshead Bay. That's how you would know it would be him. Because they originally, my uncle had told my mother that they chopped him up and they put him in Sheepshead Bay. Now, I don't know about you, but if you knew somebody since they were 18 years old and you had a sister-in-law and your brother was chopped up and put in a river, do you think you'd have the balls to say that to a sick woman? So when she said Sheepshead Bay, my ears went up, you know? So I knew she was talking about my dad. And I told him that I loved him very much. And he said to me, I love you. And she said stuff to me that only he would say. And I'm not repeating what she said, but I was blown away how accurate this girl is. So, she studied at Arthur Finley. She's done all different types of studying for this, and she's very accurate, more than other people.
You don't get this from studying. You get this as a gift from God. I mean, you don't get this from studying. You get this as a gift from God. When I asked her, how did you feel when you saw the video, and how close was the video to your vision? And she said, spot on, blew my mind. And I think she was crying. I mean, she was like absolutely blown away. So I thought this story was very important because when you see all the evidence that's going to point, and now remember Sheepshead Bay, one of the two guys, they were men that were involved in this crime, told Fran, I don't know if I should say this or not, told Fran and her mother. Now, don't forget, everybody, Fran's 16 years old at this time, maybe 17.
No, I wasn't 17.
16-year-old kid. So I want you to keep that in mind. Taking care of a very sick mom. This guy comes in. How long ago was it after you went missing? Did he come in and tell your mother what I'm about to tell them?
I don't want you to tell them that yet.
I want to tell them.
Let me tell them the whole story before
All
you go
right,
ahead.
okay. Anyway, so pertaining to this situation in the water being dismembered, there's going to be somebody else that's going to come and put another piece of that pie on there, and which is going to blow everybody's mind. We're going to be showing you guys testimony, evidence, and you guys are going to be able to connect the dots. And then I'm going to ask you viewers to put down, when we get done, we got several more videos that we're going to be doing. We're far from being over. Now, the next video that we're going to do, we'll probably do it tonight and put it up in the middle of the week, is the day Nicholas went missing and what the circumstances were around that when he went missing, and when Fran was told that he's missing. So that's, of course, September 18th, September 19th, 1974 in Kearney, New Jersey. And then we're gonna tell that story, and then we're gonna give the evidence why we know it's these two guys. One of them is still alive. The other thing that I want to get out too is that Fran is half Italian, half Irish, and she comes from a very large family. I mean, bunch of first cousins, bunch of second cousins, and I think you even have some third cousins, correct? I think it's what the number is 92, correct?
It was, yeah. A lot of people have passed, but yes,
So
the
now
original number was 92.
every one of these people, some of them were connected to organized crime, are watching this channel very, very close. And how do I know? As soon as we put up a new video, they're texting her. They want her to keep her mouth shut. Now let's look at something else now. Besides, she is Nicholas's immediate family member, the daughter. Right? Then there's another relative, there's another one I don't want to talk about. These are just cousins. And they're all pissed off and afraid. And some of them are even threatening a lawsuit against her if she discloses who did it. And you're
And
not
it's none of their business because it was my father and all
immediate
of them
family member.
worked for my father. I and my father didn't work for them. Let's
Well,
get that real clear, okay? My father was the boss. My father was the boss. Remember that. We had the money. You
these
guys
people,
reap the benefits.
these people in organized crime, and look at me, I'm doing this. When I think of all these guys, I start talking like them. I start doing all the hand sign. You want to know how to shut an Italian up? Grab his hand.
Hold their hands.
They can't talk. They fucking can't move. But I love them. I love them. What was I saying? What was I saying? So well, I forgot what I was just freaking saying. I'm just an asshole. But
You were talking about my cousins trying to tell me to shut up, which is not going to
yeah,
happen.
their mentality, their Italian. See, here I go again. Their Italian mentality is no matter what, shut your fucking mouth. Boom. Oh, I like the way my hair went up like that. Oh,
This isn't about your hair, Kevin.
I'm easily distracted. But anyway, they're of the mindset, keep your mouth shut. The man's been dead 50 years. She's the boss. She's the daughter. She wants answers. Now, wherever the truth takes her is going to be where it takes her. And you guys are going to be the ones that are going to vote guilty or not guilty based on what we're going to tell you. So I'd like you to talk a little bit more about your family and how they threatened you. And because like I said, one of these perpetrators are still alive. And we know where he lives. Or I do. Because I got a great investigator. He finds everybody. He finds things on people that doesn't even realize it. But anyway, talk about the cousins, how they threatened you, and how you figured out who they were.
Well, it's not too hard to figure out who anybody is in my family, actually. My cousin and I do the family tree, so we've been investigating all our ancestors for years, okay? My cousin, who I'm not going to name her name unless she wants me to, and I will ask her permission if she wants me to, digs up all this information on all of us coming over here since the 1800s. So we have 7 of our cousins are lawyers. They're all attorneys, including my own niece is an attorney. Plus, I have been in the law because I was in a lawsuit with my brother and my sister-in-law for 10 years. for their identity fraud. So I'm quite familiar with the law. I've been threatened indirectly with a defamation of character suit. Well, I got some bad news for you. These people are dead. You can't sue for defamation of character on a dead person. You can't do that. So you can threaten me all you want. Come for it. I'm ready, baby. I'm ready. I've been fighting this case for 49 years. I'm not going to stop. And I'm not going to let one of my cousins tell me what to do. That's just not going to happen. Because I don't talk to half of them for a good reason. I cut them off. And if I cut you off, it's because you did something.
Wow. Well, hang on one second. Kaylee! Well, we're going to wrap it up for now. My beautiful assistant is here. And I just want everyone to think about what we just said today about this psychic, about her family. They don't want this information out, and it's coming out come hell or high water. And let me tell you something about this whole story in its totality. I know the whole story in its totality. I don't know some of the little stories, but I know that this story is so unbelievable, and how Fran and I met. It's a movie. I mean, it's going to be a movie. It's going to be a book. I mean, this is just, and like I said before, when we announce who this guy is, not in this one coming, right? We're going to do the next one, right? In just 2 more videos. You guys are going to be blown away. We're going to call it a night for now. I thank you guys for viewing. And if you guys haven't already, please push the like and subscribe, notifications, tell your friends, and just hit the button. You can't, I keep telling you this. You can't get this anywhere else. You can't get it. All right, Fran. Good
Hi,
night.
Kevin. Thank you, honey. Mwah.
God bless you.